Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you very much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. So today we are going to make raisin roll. This is one of my favorite. So I just want to show you just a small recipe. You can go ahead and do at your home. So I have 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, which is also a 1/4 cup of butter. So I'm going to place it on my parchment paper, and you can use wax paper as well. Spread it out. And then I'm going to put the other half of parchment paper on top, and I'm just going to give that a pound to flatten it down. And then I'm going to roll it. So I'm going to put this in the freezer for 15 minutes until it's cold. So the second step is where I'm going to make the pastry dough. So I have 1 cup of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of butter, and that's unsalted butter, and 1/2 teaspoon of shortening. So I'm going to pour it in there. So I'm breaking up the fat into the flour. And you can use a fork if you want, or your pastry blender. Okay, that is ready. So I'm going to pour my cold water inside, and I'm using 1 cup of water, and I'm going to do it slowly and bring the dough together. And remember, we are not going to overwork this dough. Transfer my dough onto the cutting board, you can see much better. You see, this can use a little bit more water. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put this in my cling wrap and put in the freezer for 15 minutes. You can also put it in the fridge for half an hour. And just flatten it down. 15 minutes is up, so we are going to lightly flour our surface, and we're going to roll the dough into a rectangle. So what we are going to do now, we're going to place the core butter in the middle and fold it. And we're going to give it a roll. And we're making the puff pastry for the raisin roll. to fold that over. And I'm going to put this in my paper and put it in the freezer for 15 more minutes. So time to roll again after 15 minutes. See, flour this some more. Got the layers of butter. Ooh, gonna be so flaky. And dust off any flour that's remaining because you don't want your pastry to break up while it is baking. So let's fold this again. So let's put this in the wrap and put it in the freezer for 15 minutes. And you can roll it up to 7 times, but I'm gonna do just 3 times. So time for our final roll. And remember to flour your surface. And roll. I'm going to roll this thinly. So I'm going to fold again one last time. I'm going to put it in the fridge to cool while I make my filling. Just for 30 minutes. So for the filling for the raisin roll, I'm using 1/4 cup of raisins, 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of grated nutmeg, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. And you can also put some sugar in the dough, in the pastry dough if you want, but I didn't do that because I like it like that. I'm just going to give this a little mix. And this will be for the inside of the pastry dough. So I'll put this to the side. Okay, 30 minutes was up, so I'm going to roll my dough, my pastry dough. And you can also put your rolling pin in the freezer so it can be cold. That will help to keep the dough cold as well. And also you can put this in the freezer for 15 minutes if you don't want to put it in the fridge. So I'm going to roll this into a rectangle so I can put in my raisin filling. Okay, so now we are going to put our filling on top and spread it out nicely. I'm going to spread this out evenly. And you can use half cup of raisins if you like. I don't like it when it's too much raisins inside. This is good. 1/4 cup is good. Just spread them out nicely. So now I have spread it evenly. I'm going to roll it from the longest part. We're going to tuck in the edges. Oops, some of my raisin pop out. And I put it on a greased baking dish, and the seal part goes underneath. And you can just press it down a bit. So what I'm going to do an egg wash now, and I use 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water, and I mix it. That will give it a nice color. So I'm going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes. I'll let you know exactly the time I did. So my raisin roll is ready, and it has been baking for 30 minutes at 400 degrees. And remember to preheat your oven, and when it's cooled down, I'll cut it for you. So let's cut. I'm gonna cut diagonally. Oh, look at all those flakes. Oh, that one destroyed. That's fine. It's flaky. Ooh, so flaky. Look at all those flake, guys. It's very moist inside. I like when it's moist. Wow. Love it. Love it. And you can also double the recipe if you want more. Ooh, I'm having fun cutting it.